Coming up on Inside Education, it's a rolling drug education lab, and it could be making a stop at your child's school. We're taking a tour and we'll tell you what this is all about. Also, it's a program that gives students the chance to enter the workforce while in high school. We'll tell you how this program works. And Mobile County Public Schools have joined a national initiative to ensure that graduating seniors are college, career, and life ready. We'll take a closer look at this new initiative. These stories and more are next, right here on Inside Education. Hi, and welcome to Inside Education, the show that takes you inside the classroom to show you what's happening in and around the Mobile County Public Schools. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Helena Tyler. Have you ever asked yourself, is my child ready for life after high school? Well, that's a question many parents ask themselves as their child prepares to graduate. Now there's a new national initiative which is being adopted by the Mobile County Public Schools to ensure that your child is prepared. It's called the Redefining Ready initiative. For years, the American College Test, or ACT, or the Scholastic Aptitude Test, SAT, had been the standardized test to determine if a high school student was prepared for college and beyond. Under the Redefining Ready measure, schools will use other measurements, such as a student's grade point average, completion of advanced placement and dual credit courses, and AP exam courses. Also, other factors such as how many community service hours a student has acquired, participation in a career pathway. If a student has earned internship hours, earning an industry credential, and school attendance will all be taken into consideration under the new measure. So, what is the purpose of the chance, and how does this affect your child's graduation status? Well, joining us is Renee Phillips, the Director of Communications for the Mobile County Public Schools. Hello, Renee. Thank you for being with us today. Now, the first thing that parents would probably want to know is, why change from the old standard?
Well, thank you, Helena, for covering this important topic. In Mobile County, we believe that our students are more than just a test score. And so what we're doing through Redefining Ready is we're putting more programs in place to help our students to earn career credentials and college credit while they're still in high school. And then we're going to measure their progress as they make their way through high school to make sure that every student is doing at least one of the indicators. So they're either earning a career credential, or they're taking an AP class, or they're earning college credit through dual enrollment.
With this new measure, how will that affect a student's chance to get into college?
Well, research shows that if a student takes and passes Algebra 2, for example, that he or she is going to be more successful in college. And also, if a student earns college credit while they're still in high school, they're going to be successful. So not only are we working to make sure that our students are getting into college, we're also making sure that we give them the tools so that once they are in college, they can be successful and they can graduate and go on and do great things in their lives.
When will the Redefining Ready initiative be put into place within the schools?
So we've laid the groundwork for Redefining Ready through our Signature Academy initiative in all 12 of our high schools by giving students these opportunities to be exposed to career choices and to have opportunities to have internships and earn career credentials and college credit. So that started it. Officially, we entered the Redefining Ready movement this year, and we were the first school system in Alabama to do it. And we're hoping that more schools throughout the state will join us in this, because we really do think it's important to move forward as a district and to make sure that all of our students are college ready, career ready, and life ready.
Thanks, Renee, for speaking with us today. Sounds impressive. And speaking of impressive, 2 Mobile County Public Schools earned an impressive honor recently, as Council Traditional School and Alba Middle School were named 2017 Lighthouse Blue Ribbon Schools of Excellence. To earn the Lighthouse Blue Ribbon distinction, schools must undergo a rigorous evaluation process and grade excellent in each of 9 categories. Educators at both schools said the process not only allowed them to display their strengths, but identified areas where they can improve.
It's a great achievement for our students, our teachers, and our entire school community. And I think it was rewarding for the teachers to get feedback from the consultants that visit our school early on in the fall, and to see those things that we're doing very, very well, and see some things that we can improve to even be better.
We are very excited. Our students, our faculty, our community is very excited for receiving this award. And I can see now that there's a lot of input from the community and students. And I know that as a faculty and staff that we are going to promote this improvement and continue to do things that will improve our school for the best for our students.
Dawes Intermediate and I Showed Mertz Magnet School were named Lighthouse Blue Ribbon Schools of Excellence in 2016. Well, it's official. Sims Middle School received a prestigious gift recently, an American flag that has flown over the U.S. Capitol. U.S. Representative Bradley Byrne said that when he heard the school's flag had been damaged in a recent storm in the area, he knew it needed a new one. Congressman Byrne tells us that for a school to receive a flag that has flown atop the Capitol is a rare honor.
We don't just pass these out. These are very important. I do try to make sure I make them available for World War II veterans when they die, for their families, and for other veterans from time to time. But for schools or for community centers, I don't do it very often, maybe 7, 8, 9 times a year. Very meaningful to have a flag that's flown atop the Capitol given to any person or any organization, so we try to be very judicious about it.
The flag was presented to the school during a ceremony at the end of November. It had flown over the U.S. Capitol on November 21st. And local elected officials and representatives of the Alabama School Readiness Alliance recently joined Mobile County Public Schools at a ribbon cutting for a new first-class pre-K classroom at Collier Elementary. The classroom was made possible by a $13 million expansion of the state's first-class pre-K program, which is ranked as the top state-funded pre-K program in the country.
Children who participate in an early childhood program are ready for success, especially at third grade. Third grade is a pivotal year for learning for young children. Those children who have participated, research has shown, they are excelling above their peers who did not attend a first-class pre-K or just a pre-K in general.
The new classroom at Collier is the 59th first-class pre-K classroom in Mobile County Public Schools. There are 938 throughout the state, but that's only enough to enroll about 28% of the state's 4-year-olds. And about 400 people turned out for a ribbon-cutting dedication ceremony at Mobile County's newest school, Chastang Fournier K8 in Trinity Gardens.
1, 2, 3.
Among those on hand were longtime educator and former school board member Hazel Fournier and members of the Elizabeth Chastang family, for whom the school is named.
Well, the family is really proud. This is a very lovely school, and the family is very happy. I'm sure she would be overjoyed if she could be here today. She really would.
I'm humbled. I don't know if I deserve it, but I'm grateful. And we get many things in life that we don't always deserve, but be grateful for it. And I hope that this school, that every child who comes through here will be successful. I want them to have high expectations for each other. I want them to be proud of having gone to Chastang Fournier and love every minute in the building.
The $15 million, 93,000 square foot facility is a flagship construction project of the Mobile County Board of School Commissioners. Facing Interstate 65, it is part of a $100 million construction campaign. An official ceremonial groundbreaking was held at Williamson High School for the Lonnie Johnson Educational Complex. The $3.6 million addition will be the new Science, Math, and Technology Center for the school. The two-story addition will feature offices and classrooms. The building is named in honor of Lonnie Johnson, who is an inventor and Williamson High School graduate. Johnson, who is best known for inventing the Super Soaker, has also worked on the NASA space program and the U.S. Air Force weapons program.
Well, it's going to be primarily a focus on science and technology, it's my understanding, and I hope we continue and maintain that focus. They'll be introduced to, hopefully at a young age, where they'll get used to dealing with science and math before they get indoctrinated to feel like it's something that they can't do. If they're doing it already and people say you can't do it, well, they'll already know better and they'll know not to listen to that. And hopefully they'll be able to achieve success, focus on what they're trying to accomplish and move forward.
The completion of the new wing addition is expected by next fall. Now, that's impressive. Well, don't you go anywhere, because after the break, it's one of the hottest and one of the most sought-after careers, and we'll tell you how Mobile County Public Schools are preparing students for this demand. Stay with us. More Inside Education in a moment.
Graduated from Baker and knew I wanted to go to the University of South Alabama and get a degree in physics, actually. I took the advanced placement classes at Baker, particularly in the sciences and the math, and was really able to compete with students from all over the state. And then when we went on to med school, I just continued to build on that foundation. I think the big anchor thing was to really help my study habits, and I was able to take those habits and take it to the next level.
When parents are involved in school, they get more at this and less at this.
Welcome back and thanks for watching. Well, with the temperatures dipping below the freezing mark, some Theodore High School students are offering a warm gesture. The Family Career Community Leaders of America, or FCCLA, students decided to pass out hats and scarves to students at their school at Nangrade Davis Elementary. Inside Education photographer Eric Lowe was there to catch the reactions.
We'll put the jackets and stuff over there. But we're going to give out the scarves and hats, and they're going to. My club is FCCLA, Family Career Community Leaders of America, and we like to reach out to our community. It is extremely cold this morning. We're not quite used to the cold weather, so the kids, we came up with an idea to make scarves, hats, and pass out shirts just so that they can bundle this morning to get adjusted to this weather.
Which one? Camo? There you go.
What do you tell her, David?
You're welcome.
Normally, during the winter time, it gets down, 50, 55 normally, but now it's 22. It's quite cold, and people down here aren't used to that.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the scarves and the hat.
We like to give them an opportunity to have the sense of giving, teaching them to give back to the community. This is our responsibility, and we should teach our students to give back, and they do feel very proud to do that.
Oh, that feels wonderful. Yeah. Great feeling.
The items were hand knitted by students at Theodore. This instructor also told us they wanted anyone who needed a little extra warmth this winter to have one of those accessories. By now, you have probably heard of our signature academies and how they prepare students for life after high school. Within these academies are specialized courses that offer to students such as dentistry, engineering, aviation mechanics, and welding, just to name a few. Well, today our Crystal Smith is visiting the welding program at Alma Bryant High School, where I understand, Crystal, it seems to be a very popular course being offered there.
You're right, this is a very popular course being offered here. You might know that Alma Bryant High School has signature academies that include coastal studies, business and leadership, and humanities. But what you might not know is that they have an in-depth and successful welding program that is also helping students prepare for life after graduation.
Now they're cutting welding plates up for the other students to start welding on.
Ken Crenshaw heads the welding program at Bryan High School. Many of his students come to the classroom not having any knowledge of the welding process, so having access to top-notch training equipment is crucial.
What we have here is a virtual welder. The purpose of this machine is to teach you the rod angle, your travel speed, and your arc gap. You can learn all of this without using any welding rods or getting burnt. Then when we get out there in the real booth, you already know how to do it. So this is a good training tool, especially for the younger students, till we finish our safety program and are able to go back out in the shop.
And safety is something that is not taken lightly. Senior Cameron Weston has been a part of the program for 3 years and is already employed at a local business.
Half the time we're in here learning about safety procedures, what not to wear, how to work different things in the shop, and eventually after a couple of years of that you get your NCCR card, and that's good to show a boss because they'll want to know that you've been through all the safety procedures and tests and stuff like that.
Crenshaw says that the shortage of skilled workers in the workforce that has existed for several years is responsible for the growth of his program at Bryant.
So about 5 years ago in the industry, Ingalls, Austell, a lot of these companies started putting money in the career tech programs and building facilities like this to train the students who weren't going to go to college. Not everybody's college material. These students come in here, they take our classes, they learn safety, they learn basic welding, burning. They can go to Ingalls, Austell's. They can get jobs starting out at $18 an hour.
My dad, he works at the shipyard, and he was telling me about how welders, that if you weld, you can advance and you ain't got to weld no more, and you can be get your CWI license, and all you got to do is inspect welds. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a couple years of welding, and when I get out of high school, I'm weld and get my CWI license, and I'm going to just inspect welds and make good money.
Like we mentioned earlier, not only is it a popular class here at Alma Bryant, it is also a trade that is undergoing a shortage here in our area and is in great demand, which means that these welding students, once they graduate high school, they will have the skills they need to enter into the workforce. Helena?
Thank you for that report, Crystal. The program is open to all students in grades 9 through 12. There are also welding courses that are offered in other high schools and vocational centers throughout the Mobile County Public Schools. Well, high school students in Mobile County are getting a head start on their future career choices in the healthcare field with new programs and new tools. The public school is providing hands-on learning opportunities to students in its health science programs by adding 6 new wireless patient simulators. These mannequins replicate real-life medical scenarios while supporting the curriculum.
Today we're very excited that we're displaying and showcasing our simulated patients. We have 6 new simulated patients for our healthcare programs that we have throughout Mobile County Public Schools. These simulated patients are really outstanding. They're college class, world class tools for our students to learn about the body, the human body, the ailments, and how to treat those.
With the instructors being able to set scenarios the way that they would want them to, for the student to be able to have a certain reaction to certain things, that's really good because the teacher has the control. We will be able to give the students scenarios based on information that we've actually taught them. And also to put some in there, whereas it will be kind of like a surprise, because that's the way the real world is. You never know what you're going to get when you get to work. But at least they're able to take their time, think about what they want to do, and if there is an error of some sort, because I always worry about error and liability, then there is a room for correction, and the teacher's right there with them.
7 Mobile County Public High Schools and both of the district's career technical centers have health science programs where students can choose from a variety of pathways, including therapeutic, diagnostic, and clinical services, biomedical sciences, and dental services. Programs in sports medicine and patient care technicians have recently been added. And some Davidson High School students shared the wonders of fluid mechanics with about 200 local middle schoolers recently at the school's 3rd annual Fluids Fair. Students in Davidson's fluid mechanics course, part of the school's Engineering Pathways integrated curriculum program, created interactive displays to show off concepts like Bernoulli's principle and substances like oobleck, a mixture of cornstarch and water that transitions quickly from a fluid to a solid and back. This is the 3rd year that Davidson has hosted this event. And culinary students from several Mobile County Public Schools showed off their skills in the kitchen recently in the annual Beef, Pork, and Peanut Cook-Off held at Murphy High School. The competition allows students the opportunity to showcase some of their culinary skills, which are learned in the classroom.
You guys did phenomenally. This was wonderful today. Give yourselves a round of applause.
It was time for culinary students from across Mobile County to put their best plate forward. Students from the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America participated in the yearly Beef, Pork, and Peanut Cook-Off for high school students. The contest challenged these young chefs to develop and prepare dishes that utilize beef, pork, and peanuts as a primary ingredient.
Each school is allowed to submit one student entry per category of beef, pork, and peanut. And then we have judges from the community. We have local chefs, local chef instructors, as well as school system employees come in and they grade them everything from sanitation, cleanliness, taste, appearance, texture, just as if it were a top tier competition.
One of those judges, Pete Blome, owner of Panini Pete's Cafe, said he was impressed with the level of skill shown in the dishes.
Being here today judging this, is really, really cool because you're seeing the high school youth get elevated with their level of cooking, technique, cuisine. When I was in high school, we had home ec, which was like 3-bean salad and coffee cake. And even though I was working in restaurants, learning some basic skills, we weren't cooking at this level. So the things that they're learning now, it's amazing that how the industry and the dynamics have changed all that. And it's a life skill, but it's also a great career and a great job and a great opportunity for him coming.
We put a lot of hard work in the kitchen to make sure our flavors was combining together. And we did like a competition style plating, plating, and we watched a lot of episodes to prepare for it.
The winners were Jessica Byers of Murphy for beef, Kendall Adams Young of Murphy in pork, and Jayla Napier in peanut. Byers and Adams Young will move on to state competitions in their respective categories. Congratulations to these fine student chefs. Coming up in a moment, it's lights, cameras, robots as the mechanical inventions take center stage in this year's Jubilee Best competition. We'll take you there. Stay with us. You're watching Inside Education.
I'm Mac McElroy and I'm a junior here at Baker High School. My future plans after I graduate high school are to go to Auburn University and get a mechanical engineering degree. And taking the AP courses could help me get credits to decrease the amount of time I had to be in college. Baker High School has prepared me for college, career, and life readiness by allowing me to participate in these clubs and classes that I'm taking now.
Welcome back to the show. Well, sometimes the best lessons at school are learned not inside, but outside of the classroom. That was the case at Forest Hill Elementary School, where students got educated on the dangers of drugs, alcohol, and tobacco use. The DeBakey Drug Education Bus made a stop by the school to visit, while their 5th grade students got the opportunity to tour the bus and listen to a 20-minute program on the dangers of drugs. The DeBakey Drug Education Bus is sponsored by Mobile Infirmary Medical Center. Yearly, 7,000 to 10,000 students visit and tour the bus. The bus is not only open to students, but to their parents as well. And congratulations are in order for Davidson High School's robotics team, which won the overall title at the Jubilee Best Robotics Championship for the 8th straight year. Best Robotics challenges team to design and build a robot to perform a prescribed task. This year's competition featured the theme Crossfire, with robots performing search and rescue and firefighting missions during a hypothetical fire at a chemical plant. Davidson's robot Hydra was named the best in the competition, and Robotics also won for the best exhibit booth and interviews. Robotics advanced to the South's best regional competition in Auburn, where the team placed fourth. And Hutchins Elementary is one of several Mobile County Public Schools building its students into leaders through the use of Leader in Me, a program that teaches 21st century leadership and life skills. Leader in Me, a Franklin Covey program, teaches leadership through the 7 habits of highly successful people and creates a culture of student empowerment based on the idea that every child can be a leader.
This is our second year to be a Leader in Me school, and Leader in Me is a school that teaches the 7 habits of highly effective people to our students, and it helps to change the culture and to build character education at our school.
The program at Hutchins also includes a variety of clubs and the creation of student-led conferences with parents where they set goals for the second year. It is Hutchins' second year to use the Leader in Me program. And one Mobile County elementary schools got some new educational tools recently, thanks to Chevron's Fuel Your Schools program. Linecoff Elementary's robotic program received several Lego Mindstorms, robot kits, and other building materials from Chevron, which has run its Fuel Your School program in Mobile for the last 3 years. Under the program, the company donates $1 per fill-up of 8 gallons or more during a 1-month period at participating stations. Chevron has donated over $450,000 to Mobile County schools in the 3 years it has run the program here. The donations at Linecoff will be used in the classroom of computer science and robotics to help students expand their knowledge of 3D robotic design. Up next on Inside Education, one school is celebrating its 50th birthday. We'll take you there. Stay with us.
Well, my tenure in high school was good for me. Well, I was transferred to John Shaw High School, where the world started to evolve for me. So it was the Mobile County Public School system for me that started to help me to evolve, to become who I am today. It opened opportunities for me to grow, even as a student, not knowing what it was all about. But when I look back, so I'm just grateful. I don't know any other way to explain it.
When parents are involved in school, you get more of this and less of this.
Well, it only happens once in a lifetime. The students and staff of Olaf J. Dodge Elementary School is celebrating its golden anniversary of excellence in education. To commemorate its 50th birthday, the students decorated the halls of the school to represent each decade of the school's existence. Former principals, staff, and students were invited back to the school to help celebrate the event. Throughout the years, the Dodge has been recognized as a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence. The school opened its doors back in 1967. Well, that's all the time we have for today, and we'd like to thank you for joining us for this episode of Inside Education as we looked inside the classrooms of Mobile County Public Schools. For these and other stories, just visit mcpss.com and the Mobile County Public Schools Facebook page. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and remember, a well-educated mind can change the world.